Have you ever picked up a simple chicken egg and wondered, what if this ordinary object is hiding one of the greatest secrets nature has ever created?
Millions of people eat eggs without giving them a second thought. Some boil them, some fry them, some bake them into cakes, but almost nobody stops to ask a simple question. Why is an egg designed this way? Because an egg isn't just food. It's one of the greatest engineering masterpieces on earth, and hidden inside it is a lesson so powerful that once you understand it, you'll never look at growth, success, or even your own life the same way again. Imagine this: an alien visits Earth for the very first time. You hand it a chicken egg and ask, what do you think is inside? It would probably guess it's a rock, or maybe a strange container, but it would never imagine that inside this tiny shell is everything needed to build an entire living creature. A heart waiting to beat, eyes waiting to open, bones, feathers, wings, and even a brain capable of learning, all packed into something small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Sounds impossible, yet nature has been performing this miracle for millions of years. But here's the part almost nobody notices. The greatest secret isn't the chick, it's a shell, because that shell is about to teach us one of the most important lessons about life. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. At first glance, the shell looks simple, hard, thin, fragile, but that's exactly what makes it extraordinary. Think about it. How do you protect something incredibly delicate without stopping it from growing? If the shell were too weak, the chick would never survive. If it were too strong, the chick could never escape. Nature found the perfect balance: strong enough to protect life, weak enough to let life break free when the time is right. And that raises an interesting question. How many people spend their entire lives building shells around themselves? We hide from failure. We avoid rejection. We stay inside our comfort zones because they feel safe. But sometimes the very walls that protect us become the walls that trap us. Nature understood something that many of us forget. Protection is important, but too much protection can stop growth completely. And here's something even more surprising. The shell isn't actually solid. It contains thousands of tiny microscopic pores, so small you can't see them with your eyes. Why would nature put tiny holes in something that's supposed to protect life? Because the chick inside needs oxygen. Without those tiny openings, it would never survive. The shell doesn't just protect, it allows life to breathe. That's a lesson many people miss. The strongest people aren't the ones who shut the world out completely. They're the ones who stay protected while remaining open enough to learn, grow, and adapt. And believe it or not, the next secret hidden inside the egg is even more incredible. Now let's crack open the egg. Inside, you'll find two very different parts: the yolk and the egg white. Most people think they're just ingredients, but nature sees them as a perfectly designed life support system. The yolk is packed with nutrients and energy. It's a fuel that keeps the chick alive while it's still growing. The egg white has a different job. It cushions the chick, provides water and protein, and acts like a protective shock absorber. Nothing inside the egg is random. Every single part has one purpose: to help life grow. Now ask yourself, can the same be said about your own life? How much of your time is actually helping you grow? Think about the average day. You wake up and check your phone, you scroll through social media, you reply to messages, you watch videos. Hours disappear before you even realize it. Now imagine if the egg worked the same way. What if half the yolk was wasted? What if the nutrients were scattered with no purpose? The chick would never survive. Nature teaches us a powerful principle. Growth requires focus. Every resource matters. Your attention, your time, your energy, they're all limited. And wherever you invest them today is shaping the person you'll become tomorrow. But the most fascinating part of the egg isn't what's inside, it's what happens when it's finally time to come out. Here's one of the most incredible facts about a chicken egg. When the chick is finally ready to hatch, nobody comes to rescue it. No one gently cracks the shell open. No one makes the process easier. Instead, the chick has to fight its way out. At first, that seems unfair. After all, if someone simply broke the shell for it, wouldn't that help? Surprisingly, no. Scientists have observed that when a chick is helped out of its shell too early, it often becomes too weak to survive. Why? Because the struggle itself is part of its development. Every push against a shell strengthens its muscles. Every effort helps prepare its lungs and body for the outside world. The obstacle isn't preventing its growth. The obstacle is completing it. Now, think about your own life. How many times have you wished someone would remove your challenges? A difficult exam, a failed business, a painful rejection, a setback that felt impossible to overcome. What if those moments weren't just obstacles? What if they were preparing you for a version of yourself that couldn't exist without them? We often ask, why is this happening to me? But nature asks a different question. What is this struggle helping you become? Maybe the hardest seasons of your life aren't signs that you're falling behind. Maybe they're the very process that's making you strong enough for what's waiting on the other side. And the next secret hidden in an egg makes this idea even more powerful. Now, take a closer look at the shape of an egg. Have you ever wondered why it's not perfectly round or perfectly oval? It turns out that its shape is no accident. For years, scientists studied why bird eggs evolved this way. The answer is surprisingly brilliant. That curved shape helps distribute pressure, making the egg much stronger than it looks. If pressure is applied correctly from both ends, an egg can withstand an incredible amount of force. But that's not all. Its shape also keeps it from rolling away in a straight line. Instead, it tends to roll in a curve, staying close to the nest. One simple design, two life-saving solutions. Nature solved multiple problems with a single idea. Now compare that to how many of us solve problems. We often think the answer is to do more, work longer hours, buy more tools, add more complexity. But nature teaches the opposite lesson. The smartest solutions are often the simplest ones. Success isn't always about adding something new. Sometimes it's about designing your life so well that small actions naturally lead to better outcomes. The egg doesn't survive because it's complicated. It survives because every detail has a purpose. And maybe that's exactly what our own lives have been missing. Not more effort, but better design. But there's one final secret hidden inside every egg, and it's the one that changes everything. Here's the biggest secret of all. The real miracle of an egg doesn't happen when the shell breaks. It happens long before anyone can see it. For days, everything inside the egg is changing, cells divide. A tiny heart begins to beat, bones start to form, wings slowly take shape. But from the outside, nothing seems different. To anyone looking at it, the egg appears exactly the same. And that's how real transformation works. The world only celebrates the moment the shell cracks. People call it an overnight success. But nature knows the truth. There is no such thing as overnight success. There are only invisible days of growth that nobody notices. Think about every successful athlete, every entrepreneur, every artist, every scientist. Long before the applause, there were thousands of quiet mornings, late nights, failures, practice sessions, moments when nobody believed in them. Just like the chick growing inside the egg, their biggest progress happened when no one was watching. Maybe that's where you are right now. Maybe your hard work feels invisible. Maybe it seems like nothing is changing. But remember this, just because you can't see growth doesn't mean growth isn't happening. Nature has been proving that for millions of years. So the next time you hold a chicken egg, don't just see breakfast. See potential, see patience, see preparation, see the quiet power of becoming. Because the greatest transformations in life don't begin with a dramatic moment. They begin in silence. And perhaps the most extraordinary version of you is already growing inside a shell the world simply hasn't seen crack yet.